There we go. All right. So well, folks, I got a truly remarkable woman on the show tonight, Miss Felis Perez. Welcome to the Peaceful Disturbance.
Thank you.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say it's a pleasure to meet you. Um, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Recovering pretty good. Had
Yeah,
a few days, so I'm doing good.
good, good. Now, here's the thing, Phyllis. I think I told you previously, I was searching the web the other night and I came across a photojournalist that I follow in New York City. And I saw the video of you crossing the finish line. So I saw all the comments and stuff. So I said, man, it's pretty interesting. And then I read about your backstory. So, for all the people that don't know, let's first start by telling them your backstory and where you're from and how you came about getting to the New York City Marathon.
I'm from San Antonio, Texas. I originally got my bib in 2019, and so I didn't run the New York Marathon in 2019 because I had a brain aneurysm rupture. And so I actually had two brain aneurysms. I had a rupture and one unruptured. So I had two brain surgeries. And then, of course, COVID happened. And so I was recovering in 2019. And I had a short period that I did okay. And then in 2020, I noticed that my eyes started to droop and my face started to droop. And so my doctors thought that it was a possible eye tumor, and so I started to see a neuro-ophthalmologist, and they did a lot of testing and looked at everything. My neurosurgeon really, this was about 18 months after the first rupture, and so after about 6 months of testing and looking at it, and they determined no, I didn't have a tumor. I
Mhm.
actually had another brain aneurysm rupture.
Oh my goodness.
And so in 2021, they went back in, but this time they did a craniotomy, because that's where they crack your skull and go into the brain, which was at this point the best option for them. Uh, so they went in, and the first surgery was coiled. So they went in and removed the coils, and which was not what was planned, but it was pretty big, and this brain rupture had actually wrapped itself around the cranial nerves of my eye.
Mhm.
And so they went in, removed the coils, and placed a clip
Mhm.
and to fix this brain rupture, this aneurysm rupture. And so it did a lot of damage to my eye, to my cranial nerves of the eye. It caused my eye to be paralyzed. I do see with my eye, but my eye did it's paralytic,
Mhm.
and my eye does droop, but I do have my vision, thank God.
Yeah.
And so 2020 came, and 2021 came, and in 2021, um, I got an email from uh, the New York organization that I still
Mhm.
had my bib, which I was really surprised. But
Yeah. Mhm. Now I wanted to say, Phyllis, now you were running marathons before your brain aneurysms.
yes, I had been
Yeah.
running for quite a while. I'd
Yeah.
been running several marathons, 5Ks, 10Ks, halves, ultra marathons. So, yes. Um, so in 2021, um, took me about 9 months of recovery. I had to actually learn how to walk on my own and do a lot of reusing of my left side after the craniotomy. And me being me, I asked my neurosurgeon, if I could
Mhm.
train for the marathon.
Right.
And none of my surgeons had actually seen brain aneurysm like this one. They were all pretty floored. And he told me, I normally wouldn't let any of my patients, but considering everything you've been through, everything you survived, you can with restrictions. So I had to start from ground zero. I mean,
Mhm.
literally train from ground zero, like if I had never ran. And so I started training again in late 2021 and all of 22 because I had the opportunity to defer my bib 20, either to defer it I'm sorry, run in 2021 or defer it to 2022. So I deferred it to 2022. So I trained the rest of 2021 and all of 2022. And 3 days before I was set to go out and run in 22, I had another medical emergency.
Oh man.
so, so of course I deferred it to 2023. So I've trained this whole time to get there. And
That's amazing. Wow.
but
That's
yeah, I
amazing.
mean, yeah, I had to start from ground zero. Like if I had never ran, and so for 5 years, I hadn't for 3.5 years. I didn't even walk, much less ran, until the end of 2021. So it was the New York Marathon was a big bucket list item for me. It was a marathon I had on my list for a long time, and it's not easy to get a bib. So I was pretty excited. And so 2023 came, and I was set once again to go, but I lost two of my sisters this year,
Oh.
6 months apart from each other.
Mhm.
And but I was ready to put that run to rest. And so
So,
um,
so Phyllis, what kept you going? Because I know we talked previously, and you talked about becoming. Now, there's a. I love the way you put it initially. You said you had to become friends with a new person. Talk to me about that aspect of your life.
yes, as a brain aneurysm survivor, it's a lot of things change in your life. It's not just you have a surgery like any other surgery, and you go home and that's it. It really changes your life. You it doesn't just change your life; it changes you. And you have to become friends with your brain,
Mm,
because your brain, as a normal person, um, the best way I can describe this to you is your brain is your battery. And as a normal person, when you go to sleep, your brain charges up, and that's what's going to keep you going. As a brain aneurysm survivor, our brain no longer charges 100%. It only charges to a certain percentage. So you have to become friends with your brain, and you have to learn how to listen to your brain. And when your brain tells you, I can't anymore, then you can't anymore. As a normal person, you can push your body to keep going. You can do that. But as a survivor, you can't. So that's a really hard thing, because you become a whole new person. You can no longer do the things or all the things that you used to be able to do. And the it's you suffer through a lot of neural fatigue. So you have to listen to your brain, because your brain will tell you, I can't anymore. And friend, you got to listen to me. When I tell you I can't anymore, I can't anymore. And really, you can't. Your body will literally stop. And you have to listen to it, and your life completely changes. And it's really hard. It took me a while. It took me probably a good year to learn to become friends with my brain and realize I have to listen to my
mhm.
brain. I have to realize that life isn't the same for me anymore, you know.
Yeah. Now I'll tell you
And
this. I'm sorry, Miss Phyllis. I
no,
didn't
it's
mean
okay,
to
go ahead.
cut you off, but I'll tell you this. And I know probably during your training and your rehabilitation, you had many days where it was ups and downs or whatever. Talk to me about your support system, and you brought up your sister in particular, and what that meant to you in your recovery process to ultimately get back to the 2023 New York City Marathon.
Well, my sister was my caretaker for the 3.5 years of my surgeries. I lived with her. She nursed me. She took care of me. I mean, everything that it took for me to get better. Um, Unfortunately, she was one of my sisters that passed away this year.
Mhm.
Um, but without her, I really wouldn't be here. You
Right,
know, it took a lot. You really do have to have a strong support, and I still have that. I
mhm,
don't drive because of my eye. I don't drive at night anymore.
right,
So it's my friends who pick me up and drive me to places at night. There are very few places that I will drive at night, but there's straight shots that are not far from my house.
right.
But it takes a big support system. Friends who I live in San Antonio, but some of my doctors are in Houston. Friends who have driven me for my eye to Houston to get the care that I need.
Mhm,
Um, but yes, my sister and my brother-in-law
mhm.
were my caretakers throughout that time. I could not have made it those 3.5 years without their care. I mean, doctor appointments, hospitals, everything, everything.
I know your sisters are probably smiling down on you as you accomplished one of your bucket list things, which was the New York City Marathon. Now, take me into your mindset of, because it's almost in sports, we call people like you, we put you in a category of beast mode, where you have this like intestinal fortitude where you've overcome so much. Take me to when it was the week before race time. What was it like getting your mindset ready?
I was nervous. I was Well, for like the few weeks before, I was nervous and I was scared. I didn't know what to expect, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
It was hard to train. I'm in San Antonio. The weather was hot.
Yeah.
107 degrees.
Oh.
I can't run in the heat. That was one of my conditions to train. So I had to run in the mornings, and I had to be back inside by 10 because it was hot.
Yeah.
Um, so I ran as much as I could, you know, but I mean, to run in the heat is not an option because I can get another brain aneurysm and kill
Yes.
myself.
Yes.
So I did as much as I could. And, I kept watching the weather in New York and I was like, okay, it's going to be cool because last year was hot in
Yes, it
New
was.
York,
Yeah.
so I was worried about that. So I was nervous. And as it got near, I was excited, because I mean, I was ready. I was as ready as I was going to be. But at the same time, I didn't know what to expect as far as what my body would do.
Hmm.
So I wasn't sure, and I was doing good. I was doing really good all the way up to mile 16. And then at mile 16, I got tired. Um, I didn't get tired. I was in pain.
Hmm.
And then at mile 18, my left side got weak. It went
Okay.
limp because that's where my craniotomy is at on my left side.
Yeah. Wow. Mm.
And, and I went, oh no. I was like, okay. But I had already made up my mind that no matter what, I was not going to quit that. That was
Yeah.
going to, when I left to New York, I knew that that would be my last marathon.
Right.
I wasn't going to do another one.
Wow.
And that would be my last full
Hmm.
marathon.
Hmm.
And so there was no quitting, no matter what it took. I was going to finish that marathon. And so um, I didn't realize they had
Hmm.
people out on the course to support you, that the New York Roadrunners had people out there. So this lady came up to me and asked me, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" Uh, I wasn't looking to the sides of me anymore
Hmm.
because of my paralytic eye. I don't have depth perception, and my peripheral vision is also bad, and
Okay.
I get a lot of double vision when my eye is already getting tired. And so I was like, I'm okay. And she walked with me for a little bit. I said, it's okay. You can go back with your friends because I thought maybe
Mhm,
she was a runner. And she
mhm.
told me, oh, no, sweetheart, my job is for me to be here with you and support you.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay. So she was with me the whole time. So when she would see me like get tired or leaning, then she would
Mhm,
like help me and
mm,
support me. She would like hold my arm. And but then I'll tell her, let me go because I need to straighten up and I need to help myself. So she didn't like hold me the whole way. But it was a good thing that she was there because my double vision was getting really bad. So I would see like the lines on the street, and they would look like speed bumps. People are probably like,
wow. Yeah.
why is this girl lifting her leg up?"
You know
But
what's great? You know what? And I don't think people understand what you just said a minute ago. Her left side was numbing. It was giving out on her. But people don't I don't know if you realize that mile 18, she still had 8.2 miles to go.
I still had 8.2
That's
miles
in,
to go.
that's incredible. Look, I can't fathom the thought of me doing like point 0.2 miles. So
And
that's incredible.
she kept asking, she'd ask me, "Are you ready for me to call the medics?" I was like, "No, I came this far. We're not stopping."
Mm, mm,
And
mm,
I had one of my girlfriends with me, and she actually met me at Mount
mhm,
16
mhm.
because she had like sodas and pain cream for me. So I told her I need my soda, I need my soda, I need the sugar. And so she walked the
Man,
rest of the 8 miles by my
mhm,
side, and I couldn't see them because I wasn't
right.
looking, but I could feel her look at my friend,
Mm,
and my friend was like, I can't make that decision. I could feel my
right,
friend
right.
shaking her head. And finally, my friend told her she's not going to quit.
Oh my goodness. That's
And
incredible.
so,
Mm. I tell you, I've never in my life, I kid you not, I talked about this with my friends today. I have never met anyone like you, honestly. It's um it's a testament to your will to live, your will to not only live, but to continue with something with your bucket list, your dream.
well,
Um, go
well, it
ahead.
wasn't just about me.
Mhm.
Nobody knew except me what this marathon was about.
Right.
I had said that this marathon was I had dedicated it to all brain aneurysm heroes, those who had survived and those who hadn't. I wanted to give them hope. I wanted to give them inspiration. We all need that. We all need that little bit of hope and inspiration. That's what that was about. It wasn't about me.
Mhm.
And so there was no quitting. There was no quitting. So I was going to cross that line. And I had told my friend, no matter how long it takes,
Right.
you make sure that you get that medal for me because I'm not getting off that street until I cross that line.
That's amazing. Now, when you're coming down the last 200 yards or so, and you got Frank Sinatra playing in the back, and New York City is going crazy down the street, and I know you were like, "Just get me there, get me there." That had to be the longest 200 yards that you've ever had.
It was. It was. And when all that was happening, I was in awe. I was just like, I couldn't believe it because it was not, I could never have planned or imagined something like that. And the girl that crossed the line with me asked me, she goes, "Do you want to cross the line by yourself?" But I told her no because of my vision. I was so scared. It's like I'm gonna fall on my face,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
because of the double vision at that point.
yeah,
I was like, no, I probably could have done it,
yeah,
but believe me, I can just be walking and I can just like flat fall.
yeah.
So I was like, no, and I was so grateful to her.
Mhm,
There was two girls involved with supporting me. She
right.
took over at Mount 21,
Mhm,
and I was so grateful. I mean, I have ran a lot of marathons, but the
mhm.
support that the New York Road Runners from beginning to end, Oh my God, it is the most well put race. Kudos to them. I
Yeah,
mean, they are amazing. The work they put into this race
yeah,
is just amazing. They take care of the runners so well.
yeah.
But that end, that finale was just like, I could never have imagined that my final race would be so big,
yeah.
that it would go so global.
Now I'm gonna tell you, Phyllis. I played the clip, and I told people please go on YouTube and Phyllis. I'm gonna send you the link to because you haven't seen some of the videos that I've seen and some of the comments that I've seen. So I'm gonna send it to you. If anybody wants to see it, please go
Thank
on
you.
YouTube and you'll see it. It'll have a Felis Perez 2023 New York City Marathon finish, or you can go on Mick NYC on YouTube. That's the Mick. It's MICK NYC, and that's one of the photojournalists. She's a great photojournalist that I follow
Okay.
in New York, and you'll see the video. Now, I'm not afraid to admit it. I watched it not only once or twice. I probably watched it 15 times because it's like a minute long and it's showing you coming across the finish line. Simply amazing. But
If if you really look at the video, if you really look at the video and you look at my left side, you will see my left arm just dangling. And the guy he goes, the guy wanted to hold me from the left side, and I told him no. I said, I
yeah,
can't, my arm is weak, I can't hold you from my left side.
right,
Just
right.
you know but I would tell them, let me go, I need to walk on my own for a while. It's too much. But they were amazing. I mean, even the people from New York staying
Mhm,
out there for all the runners late.
mhm,
It was just amazing. I've been there, and I've been there as a supporter,
mhm.
but I mean, to be a runner, it's just a total different level.
Yeah.
I mean, the feel is just so amazing, so incredible. It's just like nothing you'll ever feel
Mhm.
unless you do the run.
So
It's
tell
just
me this. So Phyllis, now that you're a star, you're not, yeah. So you're not going to forget the little people like me, like when you're in the movies and and all this stuff, are you?
oh,
Because
absolutely not. I'm too humble to do that. I'm too humble.
now, do you want to give a shout out to some of the organizations or the people that have helped you? Because I know you said it was a lot of different aneurysm organizations that you had dealt with previously.
I haven't dealt with organizations, but who I do want to mention is the Joe Negro Foundation.
That's
And I
right.
would like for people to donate to the Joe Negro Foundation so that they can continue their research for brain aneurysms, and also so that those funds are used to support people who need help with their medical expenses. You
Okay.
know, brain aneurysm survivors don't just, they need medical help that continues after they have their surgeries, with therapy, with medications, with so many aftercare issues that, involve their
Mhm,
care. I'm I know I'm blessed that I know I was a UPS retiree, so I had good insurance, and I wasn't in that position. But
mhm.
there are people that need that help. So please, please donate to the Joe Negro Foundation.
That's awesome, and I don't know if you see, but you got a lot of people really making some wonderful comments about you. Um, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. I appreciate you taking the time to come on and let people know about your story. Um, in closing, is there any other thing you want to say to
I want
everyone? Mhm,
Yes, I want to thank you, and I want to thank everyone that's taken the time to listen,
mhm.
and I want to thank you for your support. It means the world to me.
Man, I tell you, I don't know if you feel like you want to climb Mount Everest now, you probably could do it. You know this, right?
No, I don't think I could.
I tell you what, I'm not going to
But
doubt
but
you.
I'm gonna thank you for that support and believe in me.
Look, if somebody said, "Look, Phyllis is climbing Mount Everest tomorrow," I'm gonna put my money on you. We're all gonna be rich because I think you'll do it. But
Well, thank you.
absolutely, I appreciate you, and we're friends now.
Yes, we are.
So
Thank you for giving
and
me the opportunity to meet you.
that's right. And so anything you need, please give me a call or whatever. Give me a shout out, and I'll do whatever I can for you.
Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that.
All right. Thanks a lot. Have a good
You
night.
take,
And
thank you.
everyone, thanks for checking out the Peaceful Disturbance.
Okay. Yeah, have a good evening.